The Orange and Blue debut on Sun Sports is presented by Scott's. An announced crowd of a little over 50,000 here in the Swamp and Hill Griffin Stadium for the Orange and Blue debut as the Gators opened up the 2011 season, so to speak, by wrapping up 2011 spring practices with this annual event. Christian Provancha has checked into the ballgame, number 17 at quarterback. And they'll run the ball and pick up about maybe 8 yards running it right side.
A nice run by Goins, DeAndre Goins, a sophomore out of Dunedin Senior High School.
Leading ball carrier in today's game, which is not unusual to see guys you don't get to see in the fall, step up and have a nice performance in a spring game. Ball's across the 30-yard line. Again, 5 minutes and 40 seconds, clock running to try to get another score on the board for the offense. And that will not get it done, just a short pickup running inside. Well, we had a chance to mic up the new head coach of the Florida Gators, and here's a little bit of what it was like for him during the first quarter of today's game.
Run it, run it, run it, run it, run it! Good job, Tyler. Nice job, Tyler. Good job. Hey, say! Sorry, nice catch.
Like those completions to A.C. Leonard, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those early on. Those were basically two of the better first half offensive plays today. It's been a tough day for the offense.
And you notice, Coach, love the fact that Tyler Murphy has that ability to get outside. And you could hear him say, run it, run it, run it. Don't throw that ball now. You've got clear sailing down the field.
So just 4.5 minutes to go. Obviously a work in progress, as most teams are during spring, but particularly when you have a transition. And this is only the third coaching transition that the Florida Gators have had in the last 20 years.
And that's a good thing. Matter of fact, that's a great thing, that if there is some transition, it's not a whole lot.
Throwing deep and too deep. Down the left sideline, Solomon Schoonover, the intended receiver, was not able to complete it.
This time, Provancha, this ball is thrown high and outside. And as a receiver, Larry, you've got to just turn and run. You know, when you're trying to run looking back, it slows you down. This is not a bad throw. If he turns and runs, he catches that ball going away.
And David Lerner will get a chance to punt it again. 3.5 minutes to play as the spring game nears conclusion here in Gainesville. And this punt fielded at the 28-yard line. So about 40 yards with no return. As a proud partner of Gator Athletics, United Healthcare encourages the Gator Nation to eat healthy, exercise, and take steps to improve your health this spring. United Healthcare, helping people live healthier lives. Well, does sitting watching football count as exercise? Probably not. Well, I'm sure a few people sweat off a few today, whether they wanted to or not. Let's see if anything happens in this final offensive opportunity.
A new quarterback in, Larry, got Ryan Parrish, number 18, in at the quarterback position.
Out of Lakeland Christian School. So this is our 5th quarterback today. Jones on the draw play gets about 5 or 6 yards. Or he's dragged down by Brandon Sanders. It'll be interesting to ask one of these guys to start running a 2-minute drill, wouldn't it?
This is giving all these guys, rewarding all the third and fourth team of squad guys a chance to get some action during this scrimmage today, this Orange and Blue debut.
Draw play, not much there. And the tackle is made short of the, looks so short of the first down, but they're going to go ahead and move the chains anyway. With 2:22 to play. Well, the Florida Gators will gearing up for another fall season. A lot of work to do between now and then. Let's check in one more time with Brady down on the field.
Well, guys, I tell you this, when you come out of spring, one of the most important things to do is health. And Florida went into this spring without a whole lot of health. So, you know, I think they're going to get a lot of guys back in the fall. It's certainly the defense was ahead of the offense because of the new system. But I like what I'm seeing from the offense in the spring. And I'll tell you this, you know, Nat mentioned this earlier. I think this style of offense and the wrinkles they will put in going forward fits Florida's personnel perfectly. And I think you'll see an improved offense in 2011.
I look at this offense and I look at a guy like Charlie Weiss that everywhere he's been able to figure out what are the abilities of his athletes and somehow or another come up with a play calling that will keep them balanced and will give them a chance to win games in the fourth quarter. So as we go forward, don't expect the ball to be thrown around. He's a guy that really believes in balance. He believes in running the football, but he also believes in picking the spots where they can take it deep.
Minute and a half to go. Another draw play. Mr. Jones goes forward for about 17 yards. Tim Clark makes the tackle.
And I'll tell you, another thought when I think of Charlie Weiss and his days in New England is that if they got that running game going, Larry, they just pounded you. I mean, they just kept bringing it back at you. You know, no such thing as I've got to get away from this and do something different. He'll continue to run what's working.
And last year, the Kansas City Chiefs offense led the NFL in rushing. So you think wide open offense, but it's just, you know, his rep has been more whatever it takes. They're going to move the ball and they're going to score points. And Florida fans, I think, will be happy with that after a difficult offensive season last year.
Yeah, you think of Tom Brady and how he brought Tom Brady along. And, you know, as Tom Brady progressed and became an elite passer in the NFL, guess what? They threw the ball a little bit more. But you know, the reality of it is he's going to take advantage of the strengths of his football team offensively. And we can expect to see with that great stable of running backs the ability to run the football. And they will give a lot of work to the offensive line to try and get them ready to pound it.
The Gators averaged almost 30 points a game last year, but 3 of their games they scored in single digits. Let's go back down to the field and Brady.
Thanks, Larry. Put a quiz to you. Which one is which? Mike and Marquise Pouncey with us down here on the sideline. Pittsburgh Steelers going to be in the NFL next year. Let's start with you, Marquise. So obviously, a great season for you guys last year, but just a little bit short.
I know, man. It was an awesome turnout, man. Things didn't go out I planned at the end, but I had a great time, man. It was a humbling experience for me. I can't wait for next year.
Mike, you've been getting ready for the draft, working out with him up at Pittsburgh. How different has that been for you, and what have you learned so far getting ready for the draft?
It's been big. It's a big difference, man. You know, you're so used to doing one thing on a certain schedule, and then you've been waiting for the draft, and now each day seems longer and longer. But it's been very humbling. I've been staying up there in Pittsburgh, working out with him at Power Training, and just trying to stay in shape so when they do get the phone call at the end of the lockout, we'll be in shape.
What advice have you given to him about center? Obviously, he may play center or guard in the NFL, but you went up. They originally thought you might be a guard. You ended up winning the center job. What can he take from last year from Florida up to the NFL?
Oh, man, Mike's going to do great, man. He has that dog on him, that instinct in him to be a great player. And all he has to really do, man, it takes a lot of studying to play center at the next level. If he masters that, man, he'll be excellent.
How about seeing your old teammate get a statue out here today? He got an applause almost as big as you guys.
Oh, yeah, man. He got the biggest applause like he always does, but it was well-deserved. He was a great player. And like I said, man, seeing him today made me miss him more.
Best of luck in the NFL. Best of luck next season. That's Mike and Marquise Pouncey. Back up to you, Larry.
And just in time for a little long ball out of the Gator offense as Florida connects on a touchdown. Robert Clark makes the catch on the throw from Christian Provancha.
Excellent throw, high and outside, Larry. There's something about throwing that ball high and outside to a receiver, especially when you've got a defensive back running with you, running inside, and never locates the football as Sanders did there. And I can't believe Brady tried to trick you like he did. Which one of the Pounceys is this? You know, and you say, well, all I got to do is look for the guy with the big bling on one arm. Well, guess what? You know, he bought his brother the same watch. So, I mean, how do you figure that out?
Mike, I think, has the flame tattoo on his arm, and Marquise doesn't. Seriously, that's all I can use.
I tell you, two great players here for the Gators for many, many years.
Florida fans say thank you, Lakeland High School, for that Lakeland High School team in 2006, which sent Mike and Marquise Pouncey along with Chris Rainey and others to the University of Florida. That's pretty good to get three guys like that out of one high school, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Is your lawn brown from the winter? Well, the next few weeks are critical to bringing back the green. For an extreme green, your southern lawn should have fertilizer and iron. Scott's Green Max contains triple the iron for fast extreme greening compared to regular fertilizer, and it's available at your local favorite lawn and garden shop, so check it out. And you can also go online and visit scotts.com and sign up for customized lawn tips to keep your lawn looking its best all year round.
Larry, I think we need to be politically correct because you said three guys like that out of Lakeland High School. We can't leave out Amar Black, who last year was phenomenal, and you know, the last couple years, leader on the defense, and he'll be sorely missed this year.
Absolutely. My apologies to Ahmad, and he's getting ready for the NFL draft as well. Last projections I saw, probably a fourth rounder, but you know, hopefully he'll get a great opportunity. And a couple guys who were hurt during their Gator careers who weren't able to play very much, in Paul Wilson and Stephen Wilkes as well. So 6 guys from one school all came together, and a 7th, John Brown, did not stay very long. All right, we've wrapped things up here in the Orange and Blue debut, presented by Scotts, as the Florida Gators wrap up their first spring practice under new head coach Will Muschamp. And we end up with a 13-10 final score. We will return to Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Swamp in Gainesville, after this timeout. You're watching the Florida Gators on Sun Sports.
This year.